This is a game that hasn't been spotted on the channel in a while. It has been since, I think it's been since December. Yeah, I'm pretty sure December was the last time this game made any kind of appearance on the channel, and I honestly am very sorry about that, because I know a couple people on a couple different occasions have asked when this was coming back, but it's back now, and hopefully will be back semi-consistently. It really depends on how motivated I am to do some of the things that I want to do in this world, because we're getting to the point of the game where it takes a lot longer to get enough done for it to be worthy of a full video. I have, however, played this game a little bit off camera. I haven't made a ton of progress off camera, really. I don't think anything is really any further along in the progress of this world than it was when I last streamed in December. The only differences are I finally updated the game. I finally updated off 1.21 all the way up to 1.21.4, and I went and found a pale forest, and I also brought that over here. I traveled 7,000 blocks for that. However, it was worth it for the reasoning behind it. I'm not exactly going to get into the reasoning behind it because it's not necessarily important to the world itself. It's more important for personal reasons that are briefly touched on in my one Geometry Dash video I did not too long ago. Actually, it has been a while since that, hasn't it? Also, this area started being worked on a little bit. This area looks a little bit nicer, I'm pretty sure. So a little bit has changed. A little bit of stuff has changed, but not enough that, like, there's massive amounts of progress missing from the channel. It's mostly stuff that would have been kind of boring to watch anyways. Anyways, the goal for today is going to be to finally bring villagers over here. As you saw, I don't know if it's on stream or not. I don't remember when I started digging all this out, but I have this space that's dug out, and I have been thinking quite a lot about what I want to do with this space, and I have come to a conclusion of what I want to do. So going this way and this way is all going to be villagers and stuff like that, and a little bit this way as well. So there's going to be a few villagers going back this way, and then at the very back here, this wall is going to end, and there's going to be a villager breeder there, and then somewhere in the center, there's going to be staircases that go down quite a few levels. Oops. And so underneath this level will be storage and stuff, and then there'll probably be more villagers and stuff like that as well. I was trying to work out an idea to not make the same mistake that I've made in many other worlds, where I really ended up limiting how much I could do with storage without, or I guess I limited how much I could do with storage in the setup I had. I would have had to completely change the setup I had to have made more storage, and I don't want to do that again. I want to have a good setup semi from the start. I mean, there is a temporary storage room I made over here, right here, but I made this with the intent that this would be only temporary, even though I started really organizing it all out. And even then, honestly, I might not get rid of this just because it's right at the front of the base, so I think when it comes to doing things outside of the base, some of my more like just building block type stuff might remain here. I don't know yet entirely. Yeah, so to start off, I think it actually would be better just to go and grab some villagers now, just to have them here a while, and then we'll work on making the space for them. We'll make the breeder, and I'm hoping to be able to make most of the trading hall on the upper level, and maybe not fully decorate it, but we'll semi-decorate it at the very least. Now, if I remember correctly, there is a village in this direction, I'm pretty certain. Again, it's been a while since I've done really a lot in this world, so I don't remember a ton about what all's here, so this will be very interesting to see if I can remember where some important things are. Oh, I was right, it is right over here. Look at that. Village is right there. If I can see it, please. Why am I so zoomed in? There it is. Village. Woohoo. Found it already. This is a really close village. I didn't realize just how close this village was. I thought I went further than this when I first went out to explore. So we only actually need 2 villagers before we never have to come back here again. So hopefully that's an easy task. It looks like we've got 3 villagers right here. Let's just place the boat. There's one. Can we get another? Oh, perfect. That was easy. Okay. Now comes the incredible task of actually getting them back without needing to break the boat at all, which is unfortunately going to be way more difficult than it sounds like it should be, considering you can pull a boat up an entire mountain, but you can't get it over a 1 pixel height difference. So these path blocks are going to be the death of me. Oh, actually, I don't got to worry about these path blocks because we're going down here. This is fine. Ooh, no damage taken so far. We're doing good. Alright, this might actually just be the easiest time with villagers I'll ever have, honestly. Oh, bunnies. You can get bunnies here. I need to remember that. Alright, Is that my base? Yes, it is. Yeah, this was definitely the easiest time I've ever had with getting villagers. I don't think it gets much easier than this, really. Okay, we're gonna leave them outside for now. Or no, we'll leave them inside. We'll put them inside. Maybe. Come on. Please. I beg of you. Up. You're gonna get stuck on the trapdoors now, aren't you? Oh, okay, never mind. Now, they might take some damage right here, actually. This is a little bit low. So these two are just gonna sit right back in here for now. And once I have the breeder area back here dug out, then we'll move them into that, and those will be our 2 farmers. Anyways, we need to get to digging this out. I'm not sure how far back I want to take this quite yet. I do want to take it quite far back, because again, I do want to put a couple of villagers in here as well. So I'm thinking you can maybe go 10 more blocks back, and that should be enough for this upper layer. Actually, we're gonna stop at 5 just to see how long this is and see if maybe I actually want to stick with 5 instead, because I don't want this to be too long. I actually think 5 blocks works just fine. I think we'll stick with 5 blocks. We're 3 blocks, and we're gonna put a villager here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can put our staircase going down to the layer underneath us right here. I think that should work. Anyways, I'm gonna get 2 composters. I don't remember how to craft a composter, which is probably really bad. I do gotta figure out how big I want this breeder to be, because obviously I need a ton of beds, which I'm just now realizing I don't think I have a ton of wool, and I don't really have a sheep farm or anything like that. I have 1 extra bed. Yeah, I have 1 extra bed, so I'm gonna have to go sheep hunting for a while, or just make a sheep farm. That also is something I probably could do. We're gonna mark this with fence. I'm not gonna make a full like fence gate or anything like that yet. Since I do want to try and make all this look pretty, I might try and experiment with the pale oak stuff, because it's a new block. I haven't ever touched it. I literally have not built a single thing with pale oak yet, because I only recently started actually playing on this world again. So I played on the world long enough just to get the new block, but I haven't played long enough to actually try and think of anything to build with it. Ooh, look, coal. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put the fences up 1 more, because I just noticed this would be slightly uneven if I put the wall here, because then it would be 4 blocks here and 3 blocks here, and that's bad. I don't know if we're only gonna go 5 blocks or not. So this is now 16, so we'll go 15 back this way. Okay, and now I get to dig out this gigantic block. Despite this world being in hardcore, so I'm inevitably gonna lose it at some point, I do want to try my hardest to try and make this like a forever world of some kind on the channel. The only reason I'm not really doing that in a normal survival world is purely just because I don't know, I feel like I get bored easily when it's normal survival, and I don't even actually really know entirely why that's the case. I think it's probably just the thought that I have to be extra careful on hardcore that makes me more willing to play hardcore. Like, there's more of a challenge to it. And also just, I feel like everything I do is so much more rewarding in hardcore in comparison to normal survival. So I guess just everything is more exciting in hardcore. Yeah, this villager breeder should be able to fit a ton of villagers. I'm not doing a design that like is like max efficiency or anything like that. It's literally just gonna be a farm with a bunch of beds around it that I occasionally come in here with a boat or something to grab a villager. It's not gonna be anything fancy, just because I really don't care enough. I am gonna have to probably go repair my pickaxe at some point while doing this, which I guess that is also one of the reasons why I'm starting to get villagers and stuff, is obviously I need to get mending. At the very least, we're gonna get a ton of cobblestone and stuff from this, and andesite it seems, actually. Alright, last few blocks, and then we are done digging this out. I'm not gonna lie, about halfway through I was suddenly getting worried about how low my pickaxe would be at the end of this, but it's not that low. It's actually fine for the most part. Now, I am gonna do this just to see if I can find where the middle roughly is. It looks like it should be right here. I think I made this an uneven amount, and there is bits of coal and stuff in here I'm gonna mine at some point, but I will work that out later. I'm also going to surround this in torches just so I remember not to place farmland right here, because the villagers will step on it and crush it. because you're stupid. We got a ton of andesite as well. Wow. It's a bit of a contrast from some of the previous worlds I had. I always felt I was struggling for these kinds of blocks. I am still struggling for diorite, but that's fine. I'm not building anything with diorite right now. Okay, so now I need to dig out a small area for water, and then we can start putting in the dirt and start putting in the farmland and all that, and we'll slowly start to work on getting enough villagers for the trading hall and all that. What did I come here for? I came here looking for my bucket, and I know for a fact I had buckets at some point because I have water in the very crappy XP farm I made. I have a lava bucket. Why did I have a lava bucket? That's not exactly helpful. I'm just gonna get a new bucket because I don't feel like placing a random pool of lava somewhere. And obviously, honestly, that lava might be useful for something later on down the line anyways, so it's probably better to keep it. I'm gonna get 2 buckets so that we can just make an infinite water source and not have to worry about it. Alright, actually, I'm only gonna put the 2 pieces of water under the composters, actually. I'm just gonna replace all this with cobblestone. I'll probably replace it with a prettier looking block some other time, but for now, cobblestone will do. And now I gotta place all this dirt. And then I also gotta figure out what food type I want to put in there. I'm probably just gonna put wheat in there, honestly, even though I am quite lacking in wheat seeds, but we do have the farm right there, so it's probably fine. I'm going to get 2 sticks because I think I have a stone hoe and an iron hoe, and I don't think this is going to be enough. I think we can go 4 blocks out before we're out of range of the water. I am just going to do those a while just to see if that's actually the case. It's 4 blocks. Okay, that's fine. I can tolerate that. Oh, that's satisfying. That genuinely might be one of the best feelings in Minecraft when you have the perfect amount of blocks. Alright. I can put this dirt and stuff back. I'm gonna bring some seeds in here, and obviously I'll give the 2 villagers some wheat to start off with, and then the last thing is I need to go find sheep for beds, which unfortunately might be more difficult of a task than it really should be. So I'll probably make another rectangle to this pen, and then just put the sheep in that. I'm gonna harvest the wheat here, see how many seeds I get, and honestly this should give me enough to fill in the whole farm. Okay, yeah, we definitely have enough. So I'll just give the extra seeds to the villagers. Alright, there we go. So we'll give them 12 seeds and 21 wheat to share in here. And then, again, once I get the beds, this should be... It should work just fine. Now, I do need to get a little bit of extra wheat to go find sheep. Okay, I do have some spruce fence in here. That's obviously not enough for a whole new pen, though. But at some point somewhere in the base, I'm also going to work on an animal pen of some kind. I'll probably put it sort of like in the same spot the villager breeder is going to be in, but like on the floor under it. Alright, now to go find sheep. And of course we're in a birch forest here, so everything's gonna look like a sheep. We found 1 sheep. Oh, never mind. We got a couple. Okay, so we got 3 white sheep and a black sheep. I can't count. There's a lot of sheep here. Okay. This was way easier than finding cows. Okay, let's just get all 4 of these sheep, and hopefully the sun doesn't go down before we get back. Now honestly, if we lose a sheep or 2, that's fine. I only actually need 2 sheep. Okay, I have a feeling we're going the long way around. I don't think this is the direct shot to the base. Oh no! Oh, hold on sheep, we gotta go the other way. Bad things are happening now. Why did all the dogs spawn now? The one time I'm upset about dog spawns. I'm gonna have all my sheep die before I can get back. Okay sheep, come on, into the water. Into the water so that the dogs... This is gonna be painful. Okay. You can't have dogs attacking my sheep, though, as much as that pains me to do. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, we have to go so far. Okay. This is not working out. At all. You know what? I'm going to run to my base, I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to come right back for them. Surely they'll stay right there. How did I go too far back this way? Wait, where is my base? I don't actually know where my base is. This is bad. I should have checked my coordinates before I did this. That probably would have been a really intelligent choice. Oh yeah, that's my base way over there. Fuck. I went the wrong way completely. Dude, I am the best at this game. Oh my god. I went that way initially. How did I end up over here? I am a masterclass in stupidity. Alright, attempt 2 at getting sheep. Let's maybe try and find sheep that are a little closer to me so that I don't do that again. Unfortunately, I doubt that's happening, but... Are you attacking me? What the fuck? Oh, it's daytime! Here's a sheep, but we got a bunch of dogs around. It sucks that having dogs nearby is actually a bad thing right now. Like, why is that Why? So we need to go around this way where hopefully dogs are not at. I'm gonna try and swim over quick and get my boat. See if I can't bring them over with that. That's gonna be way easier than what I'm doing right now. And hopefully we can avoid all dogs and everything will be great. Watch them despawn the time that I'm over here. You go a little faster. Where's my boat? There's villagers in my boat. That's where the boat is. Fuck, I forgot about that already. Oh, they're still here. Okay. Sheep, I need you two to get in. Alright, world's most difficult task complete, finally. You make babies. Now I need to make shears, and we can start shearing those sheep, and we'll be able to start working on the breeder. That is 3 wool from 2 sheep. God damn it. Okay. We'll start placing these beds in. We'll make 1 more fence gate, and we'll get my lead. We can put the 2 villagers in here, and they'll hopefully start doing things. Okay, so I did some work on this off camera just to get all the beds in place and let some villagers spawn in, and we have a pretty decent amount of villagers now. So I am at a point where I think I can slowly start taking a few villagers out of here. I didn't really set up a good way of doing this though, because I only have them being kept in here by this set of trapdoors here, which is something I never think about with these things, and I'm definitely not taking a boat all the way from over there to over here. I also might have to place a whole bunch of carpet and stuff around just to see if I can get these guys to stop spawning in here, because they're also going to make it quite difficult to get villagers out of here, but we'll see. I am going to try and get 1 villager out of here now just to see how it goes, and then after this, the first villager I'm going to try and get is definitely going to be a mending villager trade, but we'll see if we can somehow get just a, not a farmer, one of you. I don't trust the iron golem being right here. Yeah, yes. Okay, now I need to try my best not to hurt this villager at all costs, otherwise the golem might get mad at me. There we go. Look at that. I'm the best. Now I need to go get a water bucket so I can do the rest of this. And then, like I said, this guy will be our mending villager. There we go. And then, so our lectern's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna try and place... We're gonna get a slab. I'm gonna get some slabs and... Give me a moment, we've got some other important things to do. Oh, that was really easy, wow. Literally only took like 3. I've never had a cat actually cooperate in this game, that's surprising. Alright, you're gonna sit there for now. I'll find a better spot for you later. We're just gonna make a few of these, because obviously we're gonna have a few villagers in here. And now I need to go grab a lectern. Do I remember how to make a lectern? Probably not. There we go. I just realized I don't think I have any emeralds, so I won't actually be able to buy the book to lock it in. Oh, I have 8, okay. I don't know how low you can get villager traits to be without turning them into a zombie first. So now we get to sit here and break and place a... Okay. Well, I mean, it's 22, so that is a little bit above what I would like for mending. Do I really want to risk it? Do I have anyone I can trade with to get 1 more emerald? Because realistically, getting emeralds is not hard if you have a setup like this. Getting emeralds really is not hard at all. So if I have a guy... Oh, what the fuck? Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna try and get lower. Or just get a mending, where I can also trade paper or something with the guy to get emeralds. Whoa! 5 emeralds for Silk Touch? God damn! That's insane that you can just get that. Okay, at this point I've nearly broken 2 iron axes. I think I'm just gonna lock this in for now, just so I have some way of getting emeralds from paper. Now, of course, I do need to go get paper quick, so hopefully that trade doesn't go away in the time I do this. Alright, there we go. So that should be locked in, so we can get rid of that. I will slowly work on making all this look a bit nicer, but for now it's obviously gonna be stuck looking like a cave. Now, oh, we have quite a few villagers now. Look at that. Quite a few villagers spawned in the time I was trying to get that guy to cooperate. Now, oddly enough, my farmer villagers have not changed their trades, like, at all since they became farmers, and I've had them here for a few days. So in theory, they should have changed their trades, so I wonder if, like, something changed where they just don't change trades anymore. Ooh, mending for 22. Honestly, I think we're gonna stick with that, even though it's not the best trade ever, but at least we have mending at all now. Then I also bought a bookshelf for another lectern later, so that's good. I think that'll probably be where I leave off for today, honestly. We did make some decent progress today, though. We got villagers here, we got a breeder set up, we got a bunch of villagers to spawn, and we now have 2 villagers with alright trades. This one can definitely be better at some point, and this one, I mean, I know it can be lower than that, but like, come on, it's good enough for me. I won't switch these guys out unless I get something better as I'm putting the other villagers in. And then we also got a cat today, which was unexpected. We got a cat. Yeah, so off camera I'll move more of these villagers into these spots, and I'll show the different trades I got, and then I'm not sure what I'll do next video yet, but obviously by the time I start recording the next video I'll hopefully have an idea of what I'm doing for that.